Internet, ready to refuel your hearts? Don't give me that look. We're not going to have one of those days. There are some heartwarming moments in Survivor to talk about. We are back once more as the road through the year continues to the most unexpected destinations. I hope you're doing well. I hope this video helps you in doing better, feeling better, and without further ado, let's talk about some more wholesome moments. Actually, one aside, if you missed part 1 and 2, feel free to check them out. As per usual with, any video series on my channel, I will link them below. And if you haven't watched them, you're in for a treat as you get a massive binge of feel-good content. Now, I began the previous 2 videos with moments from season 40, Winners at War, and what do you think the odds are that I go for a three-peat? Pretty high, right? I wouldn't build this up just to go against the grain, would I? No, I wouldn't. The next wholesome moment is the relationship between Ethan and Parvati from the premiere to their scenes together on the edge of extinction. Ethan is a terrible liar and Parvati wants to teach him how to be better. Meanwhile, the two of them also share a great scene about finding peace in their life after all the two have been through. There is a lot of introspection on the edge, and I find the way that these two winners bounce off each other to be absolutely top tier stuff. 2 of my favorites. I can't help but hope for the best of them after all these years.
I have a whole list of things that I would like to accomplish here that have nothing really to do with the game. I want to watch some sunsets, sunrise, light fires. There's some stuff that I can easily accomplish. Having gone through a horrible cancer diagnosis and, coming close to death, it just gives you a new perspective on life. The whole tribe went swimming in the ocean. I went snorkeling for a little bit. I came back and I just put my head down, laid back, and took a little nap. And that was one of those moments.
You and I just have to look out for each other.
Because it's gonna get
even crazier from here. This is just the third person. But listen, play smart.
I'm not the greatest liar in the world, so I've learned. And so, Parvati and I needed to role play a little bit.
Okay.
Pretend you are Danny.
I'm Danny. Ethan, I know I'm on the outs right now, and I know you're a really loyal, honest guy, and you'll tell me the truth. Are you voting for me tonight? I know it's hard for you.
This is hard for me.
I know. Let's try again. Look me straight in the eyes and tell me. You're not very convincing.
I think it went all right. The first time didn't go so well, and the second time we got through it.
Oh, try again, Ethan. How good it's gonna feel when you're done.
I know. I'm so excited for that.
And it's only just a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I just had moments.
Yeah.
There's no long-term data on people who have gone through stem
You know
cell
what?
transplants.
It's actually, fasting is actually incredibly good for the body.
I can talk to Parvati. I feel really comfortable with her, so that's a big help because, she keeps me strong.
We're gonna stay positive. Yeah. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it.
I've actually got a couple of interpersonal moments between 2 players that warmed my heart to a memorable degree. And the first one goes all the way back to season 2, the Australian Outback, at the final 5 of this season, late into the game, when Roger and Elizabeth are outnumbered 3-2, and they realize pretty quickly they're both screwed, and one of them is being voted off next. Roger and Liz had a sweet relationship throughout this season, connecting as like a father-daughter might. Roger looked out for her as much as he could, and the same went for Liz. Roger was always concerned for her as she was really skinny and began to lose her hair due to a lack of nutrients. And yeah, that's not actually the wholesome moment, but I want to highlight the bond that these two had. And so at the final 5, the majority trio of Tina, Colby, and Keith are deciding who should be voted out next between Roger and Elizabeth. And Roger asked them to vote him out first, to let Elizabeth get a little further, make just a little more money for getting 4th instead of 5th. He would rather she get the chance to pull off the upset victory than himself, even though he just met Liz a month ago. The trio listened to Roger's plea to sacrifice himself, and they follow through. He goes next, Elizabeth makes the top 4. Roger sacrificing himself is one of the only times off the top of my head that this has ever happened on the show where a player willingly let someone they cared about go further in the game. This wasn't a ruse. It wasn't a play. It was just him looking out for her as if she was his own daughter because he wanted the best for her. And I think that's pretty heartwarming.
I got the impression that it would probably be myself and Elizabeth, not necessarily in that order, would be the next two to be voted off. Well, Tina mentioned which one I felt needed the money the worst, myself or Elizabeth. I said, I think Elizabeth probably does. Because of Elizabeth's background and her mother being sick and what have you. And I just decided that I would take the out first for Elizabeth. I think about as much her as I do a lot of the members of my family. I really do.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right.
Awful sweet girl. When somebody's got medical bills. I really wouldn't want Elizabeth to know that I had done that. But Elizabeth and myself have become very close. And I've kind of watched out for her. And that's basically it, really. Basically the reason.
From the moment I saw him, I knew that there was something special. We've become friends. I feel safe with Roger around. Character-wise, morals-wise, and she's tops in my book.
Roger. Roger, the tribe has spoken. Grab your torches and head back to camp.
I wish them all the luck, and I especially wish the best of luck to Elizabeth. I hope she goes all the way. Thank you.
The next moment is also a nice gesture between Jam Jam and Carson on season 44, 42 seasons later after Roger and Elizabeth. They're at the Final Four, and both Jam Jam and Carson wanted to go to the Final Three together along with Carolyn. These three had been a trio, the Tika Three, since the early days, and they wanted to cap off the season with a major underdog victory. Unfortunately for their story, Heidi, the fourth player in that Final Four, won immunity, meaning one of the Tika Three were going to the jury. And Heidi recognized that Carson was the biggest threat of the three, so her plan was to put Carson into the fire-making challenge and hope he would lose. Actually, Heidi planned to put herself into fire making against Carson because she was really good at making fire, better than either Jam Jam or Carolyn, and she wanted to prove it to the jury. She could beat Carson, the biggest threat, and knock him out all by herself. Get immunity, make a fire, win the game? Carson was absolutely crushed when Heidi won immunity because he saw the writing on the wall. And worst of all, Carson wasn't confident in his fire-making ability. He would break under pressure. He was gonna get inside his head, and he knew that Heidi was a beast. Carson practiced making fire and continuously let himself down until Jam Jam showed up and just did everything he could to help Carson be as prepared as he could. Jam Jam wanted Carson to win, even though it wasn't best for his game, because he genuinely connected with the guy and hated to see him torn up like this. He coached him, gave him words of inspiration, and the whole scene was just really touching. It's simple as that.
Maybe it's that I'm just not confident in myself. I do struggle with self-confidence.
I feel comfortable making fire, and so does Caroline. But I saw Carson day one doing the fire. He no good.
The knife is not like this. The knife is like this.
I don't want to see him fail in front of everyone. That's not what friends do.
Pick it up. I want to teach you all. It's not the end, Carson. It's gonna be fine. I don't know why you're even helping me, but I really appreciate it.
I'm here for you, dude. I'm here for you. We've been here for each other since day 3.
And with this fourth moment, we're going to go back to season 17 Gabon and talk about the simplicity of just existing in nature amidst a tribe that is burning down around you. So season 17 is it's notorious for being a disaster, lots of drama, interpersonal petty fights, a lot of strategies kind of just out there. But there's a moment amidst this calamity, a break in the clouds, where in the pre-merge, one of the tribes discovers elephants in the wild, and they get entranced by the beauty and the serenity that is Mother Nature at its purest. Even though they are actually a bunch of weirdo reality people being filmed while playing a game of people chess somewhere in the African wilderness, they're also able to just shut all of that out for a few minutes to take in the scenery and enjoy the little things. And just like I included Survivor 46 in a previous video, what do you know? Gabon could be here too.
something. Oh, yo. He's lifting up stuff so he can throw it. So we hear him all day, but you can't necessarily see him all the time. And to actually see one and put the face to the noise, it's magnificent. And it just makes you appreciate the simplicity of life and the pure things, and it makes you appreciate Gabon.
And so lastly, I want to end this video with one of my favorite moments from any challenge in the history of the show. And that is a lot of content to consider. So when we're talking about like one of the best moments from any challenge, we're seriously talking about like the tippy top. From season 43, there was a reward challenge where the players had to get wound up on this turnstile contraption, then go through a rope crawl across the balance beam, and then toss a bag onto a high perch. Fastest player would win the reward. And the unfortunate start to this moment is when Noelle, a Paralympian who has an amputated leg, was struggling to get across the balance beam. As if it needs to be said, she understandably couldn't get the best balance with this zigzag thin beam, and while she was one of the first players to reach the beam because she was a beast, she fell way behind every other player in the challenge and was in dead last, struggling to get across. She even remarked that she began to lose suction in her leg due to the heat and the sweat. This felt like a for sure loss, and there really wasn't much that she could do about it. And then she got across. In a burst of being just a total clutch badass, Noelle got across the beam and caught up with the rest of the players and managed to land her bag on the perch before anyone else. And she won the damn challenge. She did the thing. Absolutely amazing, legitimately inspiring, and yeah, my heart's a little warmer.
Now you're starting to get your sense back. Now you've got to balance again on a small beam while you untie a sandbag. Noelle, gotta go back. Noelle continues to work it. There goes Owen. There you go.
Nope, maybe I'll maybe this.
Keep working, Noelle. First one to land their bag at the top wins reward. Noelle, an amazing effort by Noelle. Noelle now getting inventive. She's still in it. Noelle still working that sandbag.
Stay on it, Noelle.
An amazing job by Noelle. She's back here.
Her leg's sweating off.
Noelle now you're losing the leg?
I'm losing suction, I'm sweating.
There's Noelle. Noelle! In one of the biggest comebacks in the history of Survivor has just won the biggest reward of the season. Unbelievable effort.
My leg is literally off.
You're a warrior. You're an absolute monster.
Like, I go into every single challenge thinking, I don't think I can do it. But if it was me with 2 legs up there and I wasn't succeeding, I would have quit. And so everything that I've learned since my accident, I mean, it just motivates me. I came out here wanting to prove to myself and to everybody else that I can do these challenges, and I did it. There's nothing better than this moment that I can ever describe.
There we go, another 5 more wholesome moments on Survivor. Let me know what you think about these moments and any others that you might want me to just remember, look fondly on, take a look at in the future. What else has warmed your heart that needs some recognition? A big thanks to my patrons for actively helping me keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, and I will say it again, to keep hope alive on your way out, and I will see you in the next one. Once I go hug my cat and just appreciate the little things. I mean, she's not an elephant in my backyard, but she'll do.
I'm like running around like crazy. I'm protecting the chicken because I love all living creatures.
Are they attached?
Yeah.
Oh my God, okay. Here's that. Oh, they seem so much happier.
They're gonna be dead in a few days.
Some people are attached to animals. Ty is one of them people, and that just kind of shows the sensitive side of Ty, and we just want to make sure that we're here for him.
Well, I'll be after you. Get that out. You can just... Oh my God! This is people food. You get your share later.
Ty's relationship with the chicken is a father to his son, I think. He does everything with the damn bird. He probably likes it better than us. At this stage of the game, Mark the chicken's doing better than me.
Julia, Ty, myself, Jason, and Mark the chicken. We ate Chinese food and had a couple beers. Everything was really, really good.
Seeing Mark with a pot. Mark. Let's see. Whoa!
Oh boy,
my
off he goes.
Oh yeah, he wanted it.
I gave up hope on eating that chicken days ago. Everyone loves that stupid chicken.
Jump.
Mark's guaranteed to see day 39 right now in this game.
Okay, before we bring this to a close. 39 day. I did everything I can for him up to this day.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.